Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made of. Bruce Lee said this wonderful quote, and as legendary as it is, it speaks volumes to me today. For tonight, I almost wasted some time, but instead, I chose to do something that I enjoy and that would not be a waste, because I love life that much. But tonight, and as I've heard before, time you enjoy wasting was not wasted. I think it really depends on the person, because I caught myself about to watch a movie at a movie theater, something that I was only moderately interested in, but was not going to help in making me a better version of myself. I caught myself and I stopped myself thinking, Jerome, what is this really doing? As I was sitting there watching the previews, waiting for the movie to start, I'm thinking, I could be at home right now reading a book, expanding my mind, expanding my business, making myself into a better person to impact the lives of others. Instead, I got up out of my seat, promptly walked out, and came here so that I could record this podcast episode for you. Now, who can say if my decision was the right or the wrong one? Perhaps I would have enjoyed the movie after all. Perhaps it would have been a fun adventure for a couple of hours. But that time, I would not get that time back. So think in your life, what are the decisions that you make that take your time? And what would you sacrifice to have more time on your hands? What would you give up to gain so much more, so that you could become so much more? They say that people with poor mindsets value money over time. They trade their time for money. But people with rich or wealthy mindsets trade their money for time. They value the time that they have on this planet over the monetary value of the material that is just going to be gone anyways. The only thing that we are left with is the memories of things we did and things we didn't do, opportunities we took and opportunities we did not take. I pray that you slipstream into a reality where you experience all that life has to offer. Value your time, my friend, and you will see your future blossom, flourish like a wonderful flower, pollinating everyone who you see come in contact with. All the lives that you touch, that is your legacy. May you build it well with all the time you have left. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm podcast here in downtown Los Angeles. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received a kind message that would encourage you to use your time wisely whenever you get it in your mind to. Share it with a like-minded individual who's learning and growing, steadily becoming their greatest version, just like you. If you enjoyed this podcast and it's your first time here, definitely subscribe if you are not already. But if you gain value from this in any way and you would like to support the podcast, then consider supporting it by opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Supporting it there is much appreciated. Thank you to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate. You are the lifeblood of this podcast. You are much appreciated, much loved. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are, and take care, my friend.
Hey there, my friend. So, you've heard about Anchor. But do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.